if I'm saying anything about Vulcan, I really have to talk about Kristen Ellisor. She was the assistant manager when I started, and she did so many things for me that went above and beyond her job description. I started going to therapy because of Kristen, and that is a huge part of why I can even live my life as a normal person today. But she doesn't like talking about herself, and she definitely doesn't like being on camera. But she has the most comprehensive knowledge of media and the store, and it's just the most amazing person, and she never wants to sing her own praises. But if I have to say anything about Vulcan, I have to talk about how amazing Kristen is. She carried the store. The fact that it functioned day to day for so long has to do with the fact that she's such an organized and together person that was devoted to the store. And I think it rode on her back for a really long time. And if you think about the times when Vulcan was really well stocked and organized and on top of things, it's because Kristen was busting her butt. And when Vulcan seemed kind of off and the shelves looked kind of empty, it's because Kristen wasn't there.
I would say though, like Kristen started out at Vulcan. I don't know how young she was, but she was young, and she knew she knew the ins and outs of the store way before it was her job too. She was tireless. She was grossly underpaid for the entire time she worked at Vulcan. Working off the books, like, I mean, she didn't charge them for half of the time that she worked. Um, she honestly, like, she deserves to own the store, you know, if there was any justice in the world.
Hi, my name is Kristen Ellisor. I worked at Vulcan Video for 17 years from 2003 to 2020. I was hired as a clerk right out of high school. And since that time, I have done every sort of job there, assistant manager, manager, general manager, and then back to clerk. And I find this very difficult. The whole thing is very sad. And I hate public speaking, which is why I don't think I've ever been interviewed about the store. I always let one of the other managers do it. The only thing that I really wanted to say, and there's so much I could talk about, the value to the film community, the access to arts, which was very important to me, the friendships I made there. I met my husband there. I've met some of my lifelong best friends there. Those are all really big things. But due to the fact that the store closed so unexpectedly and quickly, one of the things that I think that at least I was I was robbed of, and I think we all were, was the chance to say goodbye to our customers. I have met so many wonderful people and seen so many great facets of humanity working there for so long. I've gotten to see kids grow up and develop their film tastes. I've gotten to see families interact in wonderful and exciting ways. And I think so much we kind of hear about the negative, and working at Vulcan, we really got to see like sometimes the best in people. I loved that we were a part of so many people's routines. So we had customers that would come every week before or after their gig. We have a customer who comes during his gig. He comes on like his break between sets to rent or return movies, which I love. And we have customers that have become our friends, and we've become part of their community too. I've been yelled at in bars. Just people yell Vulcan and then ask you a question about a movie to settle a bet. I've gone to customers' weddings because they became friends, and then that happened. I've met friends there and made friends. I had a friend who he brought his dog in, and his dog was adorable and was just rolling on its back in the aisles. And so I just was like, hey, can I pet your dog? Your dog's adorable. And this was, probably 15 years ago, and I'm still friends with him. But that sense of community is one of the things that was really special. I loved getting to see parents interact with their kids at the store. Like, that you're parenting right when you're spending time with your kids and spending time talking about movies and engaging with them around the arts is amazing. And we saw so many kids who parents were doing amazing, amazing jobs by encouraging them and even just allowing them to follow their interest. One particular, this mom who, she was not a horror movie fan. Her son really, really, really wanted to watch Halloween, the original Halloween. And so, but she didn't know whether it was too scary for him or too mature. And so for about a month, I want to say, because this was like in October, we kept track of and were able to rent them the DVD that has the television edit of it on there so that they could watch it together with some of the, more extreme R rating kind of content taken out. He loved it. She was happy that he was happy. He actually drew us a picture of the poster and we have it hung up at the store. And just like a parent that clearly this isn't their thing. They're not trying to make their child like them. They're just letting their kid be who they are. And we're able to help them and be part of that. And hopefully show, I think, parents that, if your kid is this special type of person that's going to become, this kind of film fan, that there is a path. Because I think a lot of Vulcans were those kids. I know there is now a grown man named Julian who was a little kid who came in the store forever. Like, he came every week with his mom and they would rent a stack and he knew his stuff. Like, he was learning and was just a film student, not in film school, too young to, before that age. But he was doing his own film school basically. Seeing those kids makes me really happy. Seeing kids being able to just connect with art. We had a little girl who for about a year and a half came in every week with her dad. She was Western obsessed. And that was not his area of interest. He was not a Western fan. He did not know, but he knew that he loved his daughter. And he knew that we could talk to her and help her and find content for her that would be, stimulating, interesting, and help her as she kind of is growing and learning through these things. That was always really, really special. And since I worked there so long, I got to see a lot of these people's lives change and kids grow up and sometimes terrible customers becoming really great customers after they get a divorce and things like that. And, just life-changing people. And that was really special. And there isn't enough thanks that I could give for all those customers. I will miss that terribly. Okay, that's it.